What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. We're here. It's Wednesday, but the game's on Thursday, so the top 13 matchups are here tonight, along with the game status report, and you'll know everything you need to know about this game before we talk about the top matchups. So, whatever's on your mind, love to hear from you. Any questions, comments, whatever it is, score predictions, MVP, whatever you have on your mind, I want to hear about it. But I appreciate you taking the time, hitting that like button, sharing this, subscribing to the channel. All those things truly do help. So I thank you for that. But we got a lot of information to go over here. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about both these teams in case you've missed what we've been talking about these couple of days here. We will talk about the stats, the standings at these teams, what they look like in terms of how they've done so far this year, then what they actually look like per depth chart, and all the injuries, everything you need to know. So I'll get you filled with lots of information so you can decide for yourself what the top matchups are. Now, you can see the points. Ooh, baby. Top 7 in offense and defense. I'm all about it. So we know this team, we can put up points when we are healthy. We are getting healthier. Oh, yes. We will continue to dominate. Run the ball right down their throats. We can pass when we need to. Let's stop giving up so many sacks, turnovers. We can clean it up. Keep doing that. The defense continues to get better and shut the haters up. Ooh, top 5 in the points, in the yards, and against the run, against the pass. Let's effing go. Getting some turnovers, getting sacks. That's what I like to see. But surprisingly, the Commanders are actually doing pretty well, and it's not their defense that we're used to seeing as usual. It's the offense, and obviously they've got a lot of new pieces. Go check out Behind Enemy Lines. Put that out last night. You can get to know everything about the Commanders, what they've changed this year, all that great stuff. But you can see this offense not turning the ball over, not giving up very many sacks. Ugh, dude, the fact that they are number 4 in total yardage, 4th in the run, tied for 3rd there in points. Look, take this all with a grain of salt. And, one game was Mariota, and then he was there for, most of the one game, but they're still doing pretty well. The defense, not to say it's not doing well, just it's usually just the defense, and their offense sucks. So the fact that they've got both, that's it's pretty wild. So, we know that the Eagles just surpassed them, and we get to find out who wants to be the better team tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to that. Hilarious to see the Cowboys and Giants down at the bottom of the barrel, and not just in the NFC East, but in the NFC as a whole. And you see the Eagles locked in at number 2 right now, going to get that number 1 spot, and then you see the Commanders going to be vying for one of those wild card spots. So pushing them down the ladder as we climb up it, baby. So that's how both teams have looked so far this year, just to get you up to date with that stuff. But now I want to tell you what's going on with both teams. Talked about the injury report, how, we only had a couple days to talk about it, and I would keep you up to date. Well, the only things that changed are Dean, Goddard, Slay, all full participants. Devontae Smith still limited, but nobody has a game status, so no questionable, no out. Everybody is good to go. Jordan Mailata activated off of IR. If you missed that post, talked about that. Let's Evan go. Now, doesn't mean he's necessarily going to play, but he is off of IR. Now, the Commanders, they've got quite an amount of injuries here. Talked about this. Look, their line, even their backup line, questionable. All 3 linemen there. You've got a tackle, both your tackles, and a backup tackle. And then you've got Seibert out. Lattimore still not ready. Nick Bellore out as well. So everybody else ready to rock and roll there. You saw the color changes. That's what has changed for the day. You saw Bidas getting full, all that stuff. But let's take a look now at these teams so you can see what they all look like and who is questionable out. Maybe you can see the backups here. So the IR now with Mailata off. Eagles have Bradbury, Clark, Covey, and Byron Young still there. So they will not be on this depth chart if you're looking for them. Now, here's the offense. As I mentioned, Mailata's back. We got Goddard back last week. Got rid of Stoll. Let's effing go. I'm ready to rock and roll. This team healthy. Oh, yeah, baby. We are going to run over the Commanders. I cannot wait to see and talk about it here in a second. But this defense, they are also healthy. Let's go. And they just continue to show people why I love the Vic Fangio defense and why I'm so excited about this team, and said repeatedly all year that they would be top 3 offense and defense, and we're still going to win that Super Bowl. Just letting you know. Now, the special teams here, you can see we've got a lot of guys that can return. So whoever they want to put back there, I know they love Coop, and I do too. Love to see him take one. But Nia Smith is there. Will Shipley's there. So you've got a lot of weapons. Kenny G. But if they want to elevate anyone, they've got some options here. You can see no longer Will Greer just signed with the Cowboys. Practice squad, I believe it was. But, yeah, we let him go. Teron Jackson was back here. So this is the Eagles practice squad. And, you know, obviously they don't have to elevate anyone. Maybe they want somebody for special teams, some depth, whatever it may be. That is what the Eagles look like. Now we're going to take a look at the Commanders, and I'll show you their IR first. That way you know who is not on that depth chart. So Jonathan Allen, still on IR. Crowder, Jean-Baptiste, Pollard, and Yankoff. Kevon Seymour suspended, so you will not see those guys on this depth chart. But we talked about this last night on Behind Enemy Lines. Jaden Daniels, what a stud. But the guys in yellow, all new to the team, outline is rookie, just like always. You can see, though, both tackles questionable for this game. Brandon Coleman, their draft pick, questionable for this game. So, yikes. We'll see what they have to do here, but could be a big blow if they're missing either of those guys or both. But, you know, you've still got a lot of weapons here, so I expect them to try to put up a fight here. This defense, talented, man. Regardless of Jonathan Allen being out, you see all of the new pieces they added. Quite a different team from the last time we saw them. So, look, they're going to come to play, man. I'm looking forward to it, and we're going to talk about it here in a second. Here is their special teams. There's Olamide Zaccheaus, got Eckler back there, so some studs back there. But with their kicker being out, you saw Austin Seibert. I assume they are going to elevate Zane Gonzalez. So that will be their kicker. Ife Obata was, I believe, one of their elevations last week. So we'll see if they add another edge guy. But that information will drop tomorrow. So I'll do a pregame show, and I'll have the game inactives, the practice squad elevations. I'll bring the depth chart with all that stuff. If anything, you know, changes or whatever we need to talk about, we will do that tomorrow for the pregame show. Man, that makes it, you know, I was thinking earlier, I'm like, man, it's Thursday. I don't just want it to be Friday. I'm like, wait, we've got Eagles football. So makes it much, much better. But you guys can decide now. You've seen all the information you need to know. Let's talk about these top 13 matchups, and always like to just go through like the special teams and the defense offense. So I'll show you how we're doing it here. But today at number 13, we've got our returners, DeJean, Shipley, both the rookies. Anybody else, you know, again, as I just mentioned there, Kenny G, whatever. But they've got Eckler and Zaccheaus back there. They've got some good return men. So I think, you know, that could be the kind of game where, you know, they're, you know, trying to go back and forth. Special teams, a big play there could really change momentum for one of these teams, and they've got the talent to do so. So we'll see if either of these guys can do it. I think Coop, he's been trying to break one. I think this could be the game that we see Cooper DeJean returning a punt for a touchdown. My Lord, let's go. But number 12 here, we're started off with the Eagles offense, Commanders defense, because I feel their offense, well, we'll talk about it here in a second. But you see, I want to start with the offense because I feel like this is not the harder matchup for the Eagles. I think that we should be able, again, a good defense, but I think, you know, the offense is more what I want to talk about when we get further ahead. So starting with the Eagles offense, we get Jordan Mailata back. So I want to start talking about the fact that, let's go, we get our stud left tackle back, and obviously Lane Johnson, one of the best tackles in the game. So they've got all new edge guys, Armstrong, Fowler, Farrell, Holmes, all new to the team. So look, I think that they've been doing well, but they've got the best left tackle, right tackle duo in this game. So come get some. And I really think that the Eagles, you know, they've continued to improve. Fred Johnson did all right, but getting Mailata back, this is going to be huge. Cannot wait to see it. And then the interior, you know, they're missing Jonathan Allen. So they've got the rookie, Johnny Newton. They've got Sheldon Day there. They've got Fedarian Mathis. So they're going to have to do all they can. Dickerson, Juergens, and Becton holding it down, protecting Jalen Hurts, allowing Saquon Barkley to run all over these guys. I'm excited about it. At number 10, I think these receivers, look, A.J. Brown, one of the best in the game. It got to be top 3. I don't really care what anybody else says, dude. This dude is a stud, and he's missed a couple games, but he's averaging 19.8 yards per catch. He's got 3 touchdowns. Smitty's got 13.2 yards per catch, 4 touchdowns, and we know what he can do. Dotson, I know he's not getting 100 yards per game like the media says he needs to, but as long as he continues to catch the ball when he is called upon, that's what the wide receiver 3 is for. So, I think that, St. Juice, St. Still, it's a great young room. And you got Igbinoghene there, but I think obviously they got Marshawn Lattimore for a reason, maybe move Sainer still inside, but regardless of what they're doing in the future, what they have to do here is try to stop these guys, and we should be able to do some work on them, so let's effing go. Now, number 9, Dallas Goedert going against some studs here. Quan Martin, Jeremy Chin, and, obviously linebackers, corner, other people can cover Dallas Goedert. It's not just going to be one singular thing, but for conversation purposes, Goddard back, he's 12.5 yards per catch this year. He's only got 1 touchdown, which we just saw on Sunday, but you know how important he is to Jalen Hurts, so glad to have him back, ready to see him rock and roll, do some work, because you know who's on the other side we're going to be talking about, their tight end. But Goddard, I'm really hoping, big game, big things, and whoever it's got to go to, it all starts with Jalen Hurts there on the offense. So this Commanders defense, they are definitely talented. Joe Witt's got these guys in shape, and, obviously Dan Quinn, a defensive-minded guy. So this defense, more of a, Tampa 2 kind of look, seeing a lot of the 4-2 that, we talked about here yesterday. But I think Jalen Hurts, regardless of what whether you're sending pressure with the front 4, dropping certain guys in the coverage, kind of like we do with the multiple scheme stuff. You're seeing edge guys dropping in the coverage, doing things like that, linebackers blitzing. But look, it's a good defense. But Jalen Hurts continues to improve. Yes, last week he held on to the ball too long at times, took some sacks, had turnover there with the interception. Look, I think we all know how I feel about Jalen Hurts. MVP, baby, go get it. He'll continue perfecting his game within this system of Kellen Moore. So I didn't expect perfection, and I guess I did kind of expect people to lose their minds like that, but holy crap. Stay patient here, long season ahead, and I'm ready to see Jalen Hurts go whoop some ass. And, well, you can make it easier on him by running the damn ball. So the last piece on offense I'm going to talk about here, Saquon Barkley. My God, Week 11, we're in here now, and I cannot believe he is a Philadelphia Eagle, averaging 5.8 yards per effing carry, 6 rushing touchdowns, and he's got 2 receiving touchdowns, averaging 7.5 yards per catch. This dude, we know, just get the ball in his hands, run the damn ball, but, whatever way you got to do it. Now, they added Bobby Wagner, Frankie Luvu, 2 stud linebackers, so going to be a great matchup, but Saquon, best of luck trying to shut him down. I just think that you need to continue to hand the rock off, and you saw, got a little banged up, but we were being precautious last week, so we knew the game was on Thursday, saw a lot of Kenny G, saw a little Shipley, but let's get a heavy dose of Saquon, and hell, maybe we whoop their ass so bad we'll rest some guys and see some rookies. That'd be nice. Now, let's get into this Eagles defense going up against this Commanders offense, and Lucas and Wiley are both questionable, so therefore, I think this should be a matchup that the Eagles just go shredded up. So one of the easier matchups here, not saying it's easy, but just how I have it ranked here, I think that these guys, they've been getting going. Nolan Smith, obviously Sweat, Graham. I wanted Hunt in this graphic, but look, you guys know one of my pre-draft fits, Jalix Hunt, big fan of his. Obviously ecstatic to have him on the team, but to see him actually getting snaps last week, we talked about it. Wait till about midway through the season for some of these young guys. Let them develop. And, man, I cannot wait to see this kid develop. And Hunt, is getting more reps than Huff, but Huff has a cast on. So if he were healthy, Huff would be getting reps. But, hey, I'm a blessing in disguise getting to see some Jalix Hunt. I'm pumped about it. Now, number 5, let's talk about those interior guys. So Cosme, Biadaz, Allegretti, those guys are all healthy. Biadaz, full participant today. So that's great. I want you to be healthy because, you better be. You've got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams. Best of luck to you. So I think that this team continues, again, to improve up front. Everybody's getting down what their role is, and I think we should be able to, dominate here, shut down the run, be able to get some pressure on Jaden Daniels and, cause some sacks, turnovers, whatever we got to do, make them one-dimensional. I think that, Carter just continues to show he is a wrecking ball that is here to stay for a long time, NFL. You can keep ignoring, talking about he's a bust, that's fine. And Milton Williams, don't sleep on him either. Now, we talked about our tight end. Well, what about his old buddy, Zach Ertz? And always have love for Zach Ertz, but they've got John Bates, Ben Sinnott there. we got Sidney Brown, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship. So Brown, one of those roles where, going to be that dime backer, big nickel, all those things that we know he can do, versatile piece. Maybe you can use him, light up some of these tight ends, running backs, whatever. But it's going to be intriguing to see. They're going to try to get the ball to Ertz because we're going to be shutting down those wide receivers when they enter Guantanamo Bay. So Cooper DeJean, I obviously can't speak enough about how great he's been since he started. But Quinyon Mitchell, dude, he's got to be in the talk for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Even though they ignore him, he should be. But Darius Slay's here. Rodgers been stepping in when he's banged up. And you know how I feel about that. I love our cornerback room, and I couldn't wait to see him. And it's been just as we talked about, perfection, man, and I love it. They are showing people why I thought this team would be a top 3 defense, if not the best defense in the league, because I believed after some bumpy roads, you were going to see these young men showing out, and they're showing up. So love it. And, key to this defense is the linebacker play. Now, let me jump back, actually, because I didn't even mention their receivers. Just kind of letting you know they're non-existent. But no, Scary Terry, I like him, man. He is a good receiver, and good to see him with a good quarterback having a good year. 15.1 yards per catch. He's got 6 touchdowns. They've got Noah Brown, Diami Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, Luke McCaffrey there. So we've got some receivers, but they've got themselves a tough task ahead. Best of luck. Go Birds. Now, at number 2. Talking about, in the middle of the defense here, Dean and Vaughn have been lights out. Best linebacker duo in the game right now, and I love every second of that. So continue to do your thing, but right here, you've got yourself a tough test. You've got Robinson, dude who can run you the hell over, and then Eckler, the shifty little shit that, man, he is great with the ball in his hands, whether he's returning, running, catching, does not matter. This dude, he makes plays still. And, he's found his home there in that role, and kind of the depth piece at running back, but able to just, help this offense out. With Robinson banged up lately, he's been really doing his thing. So, going to be a tough task for the Eagles here. Linebackers cannot have any of those missed tackles. You saw, Dean with a couple last week. He needs to continue cleaning that stuff up. But Robinson averaging 4.6 yards per carry, 5.2 for Eckler. These dudes, they can both catch the ball. So, Eckler, obviously more of the receiving type, 11.1 yards per catch right now. So, watch out for Eckler, man. You got to shut him down when he's in there. And you can't let Robinson run all over you. Take him away. Make them put in Eckler so you know what they're doing. And, you don't, because you can't hand the ball to him, too. So it's going to bring an interesting facet to the game. But if we can make them one-dimensional, then we can try to shut this kid down. So Jaden Daniels, when they drafted him, made me want to jump off of a building because I know how good he is. And now people are finding out how good he is. Over 2,100 yards already, 214.7 yards per game, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's got a 101.7 rating. I think this kid, he is obviously their future, and he is really effing good. But we talk about this Eagles D, man. Good against the run, good against the pass. We're getting turnovers, getting sacks. We need to do that here in this game because Jaden Daniels, we cannot allow this kid to pick us apart. And I told you, when you saw certain quarterbacks doing certain things at the beginning of the season, people freaking out, do not lose your minds because I think that, in time, once these guys get this complex defense down, things will improve. And I think we've seen that improvement. We've seen this Eagles team continue to get better, especially on defense. But Jaden Daniels, he ain't no joke, man. So we got to shut him down. And I think that obviously is the number one thing the Eagles need to do in this game to successfully win it. But that's all I've got for you here. This defense hitting the number 1 spot. That's how confident and how much I love this matchup. I think that they, to me, are going to be the best defense in the league. I don't care about any of the other ones, man. When you continue this edge rush, you get these guys going, sky's the limit. So that's all I've got for you. But if you guys have any thoughts, any questions, comments, your top matchup, you got a top 27, you got a top 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. I don't care what you got. I want to hear from you. Hope you're all having a great week. Can't wait to see you tomorrow for the pregame show. But you need anything. Doesn't have to be about the Birds. I'm always here for you guys as you are for me. So love each and every one of you. Love you guys. Hitting that like button, sharing, subscribing too. That stuff means the world to me. I really can't thank you enough for that. So have yourselves a great Wednesday night. I'll see you all tomorrow for game day. Yes, I cannot wait. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!